Hi everyone, I hope I'm audible and visible to you all. I welcome you all to this live session on Facebook Spark AR on behalf of all Incubate family. Today, first of all, we'll learn the registration process on the Spark AR platform. For that, Anuj will help me. And after that, we'll have a hands on training session on how to make an AR effect. Anuj, I think you can start with explaining the registration process.
Yes, hey everyone, my name is Anuj and I'll be taking you through the registration and the prerequisites process, and then Tanisha would be taking you through the hands-on training. So let's just let me share my screen and then we can start. I hope my screen is visible. So let's start. So, welcome to the Facebook Spark AI Labs initiative powered by Incubate IND hands-on session. So, in this session, we will be learning a lot. But before starting, we would like to, wish you all the best for starting your experience with augmented reality and Facebook Spark AI Labs for the effect you will be creating in the future. And as for agenda, today we will be going through the introduction, why Spark AI, what is this initiative about, what is Spark AI, opportunities and scope, process of participating in the contest, getting the prerequisites, getting the resources, and making your first AR effect. And let's start with what is this initiative about? The main question arises that why should we participate in this initiative and what is this initiative, right? So basically, Spark AR Labs is an initiative by Facebook to enhance the skills of Spark AR creators by providing a hands-on training, workshop, sessions, opportunity for them. And hence, this is the first collaboration of Facebook Spark AR Labs and India at this level, giving a platform for the students, for the developers to develop their own filters, their own effects, and then get it published and get a t-shirt and certificate in return. So the sole aim of this initiative is to upskill students in augmented reality as much as we can and they can. And as you might have seen the website, there are two topics on which we'll be working. That's frontline COVID warriors, and we have a vaccination. Spreading happiness of getting vaccinated. Why we have selected these two? It's to spread awareness around COVID, spread awareness about the COVID warriors, spread awareness about the COVID vaccination, that it's safe and you don't need to worry about that. And you need to get vaccinated as soon as possible and appreciate the frontline workers. Now the question comes, what's Spark? So Spark is not a big thing here. It's just if you are a graphic designer, you can think of it as a Photoshop or Sketch for augmented reality. If you are a coder, then you can think this as a what we say PyCharm, or you can think of it as an Atom of Visual Studio for augmented reality. Spark here is just a studio for augmented reality platform on Mac and Windows that allows you to create AR effects for mobiles and cameras. Now the question comes: if we start learning AR, do we have sufficient opportunities in that? And the answer is yes. You can see the graph in front of you, and you can see how much it has. The market size has grown from 2016 to 2021 and still growing, and how much it will go to 2028. And if you start your career into augmented reality, designing filters and building filters is not the only thing which you will be doing. You can be 3D artist, you can be a software developer, system validation engineer, software design architect, and many more. I just listed down the top five, which according to my perspective, the top five. And let's get started with the end-to-end process of Facebook Spark AI Labs and how to register that. So we have this website, initiative website, where you have to register. I'll just drop it here on the chat. So if just in case if you haven't registered, you can register here. So this is the website. Let's go to the website first. It's just about what is this initiative about, how it's gonna work out, the today's session, and the main part is this resources. Here you are seeing few resources which you need to download, finding your way around interface, patch, editor, mirroring AR player, replacing the background, and how you will use this, and what are the what we say benefits of using this, and how to get it done will be taken on by Tanisha. As we talked about the challenges, creating AR effects for celebrating frontline workers and appreciating their work, and creating AR effects celebrating getting vaccinated. Schedule, the last date is 20, but don't wait for the last date. Submit as soon as possible because we have limited seats, and your submission would be appreciated because just in case if you submit and it doesn't meet the terms and conditions of Spark Air Labs, you can rebuild it again and submit it. Assured swags for all the participants for submitting AR effects, and we have some partners colleges here. So let's get started. When you come to this website, the button which you need to click is register now. You will be redirected to a form. You just need to fill in the details. I would be selecting random details just to fill in. You need to fill the fill. I'll just click on this link and put it here because I'm just using the dummy data here. So that's fine. And just register now. Your registration on Incubate IND platform has been completed, and you will be seeing a Google presentation here, Google Slides, which will take you through the process from registering to the submission, downloading the studio. As you can see, we will be going through all these steps right now, and you will be seeing how to make a first year effect, how the submission will take place, so that just in case if you miss out, you can check it here. Yes, I need to verify my mobile number. I can't do that right now because my mobile number has already been registered here. So I'll just open up another dashboard. Just give me a moment. Yes. So after registering and filling out the form, you will be redirected to this dashboard. As you can see, it has the steps which you can follow here. You need to follow these steps. And let's check on the buttons first. Submit your screenshot. We'll come to this at the end of the my talk. Communication channel is done. If you click here, you'll be joining a Slack channel where we'll be happy to help you guys if you're facing any issues. Clicking on workshop will redirect you to this workshop which we're having right now and the future workshop which we'll be doing here. When you come to this place, you just need to click on Spark Air Labs button. You will be redirected to a website, and when it loads completely, you just need to scroll down, read everything what you can. It will give you an edge, and you need to click here, register here. After clicking here, you will be redirected to a page. I can't show you that page right now because I have already used my Facebook account to register. So I'll be using the screenshots which I have right now. Yeah. So after clicking on that, you would be redirected to this Facebook Blueprint page, and make sure that before coming to this page, you have your Facebook logged in. So you just need to click login, and you would be redirected to, you will see a pop-up like this requesting your access to your Facebook account. If your name is Akash, it would be continue as Akash. If your name is Akansha, it would be continue as Akansha. My name is Anuj, so it says continue as Anuj. Just click on that, and then you will be redirected here. You need to select from the time zone. Just search for this black box. That's 5:50 plus GMT. You can select any location you want, and then just need to enter your mail address, click on the terms and conditions, and then your registration process has been completed. After that, at the end of the registration, you will be redirected here. Just scroll down a bit. You need to click on the download Spark Studio. When you click it here, you come to this page and click on download. The download will start. I would pause the download here right now because I already have the Spark Air Studio. When the download is completed, you just need to click on install, verify, next, install, next, and yes, your studio would be installed. How the studio will work, how to make a first AR effect would be covered by Tanisha in a moment. And after making your AR effect, after publishing it, even the publishing process will be shown by Tanisha. You just need to come to this insights section, take a screenshot, save it, and you have to submit it. How you're going to submit it? Here on the dashboard, you need to click on submit screenshot. I'm sorry. So just click on the problem which you have selected, whether it's celebrating getting vaccinated or working with the frontline workers, celebrating the frontline workers. Select them, click here, submit the screenshot in whichever location you have saved it. You can just click here and then submit idea, and your submission has been taken into consideration over Incubate IND's platform as well as Facebook Spark AI's platform. I guess that's it from my end. Now I would like to hand it over to Tanisha. Yes,
Thank you, Anuj, for
Tanisha, I
walking us.
guess, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess I've covered everything. So just in case if I've missed, we'll be taking the Q&A at the end of the session. You can just drop in your comments
sure.
and we'll be happy to take it that. And yes, now let's get to the hands-on session. Over to you, Tanisha.
Thank you, Anush, for walking us through the registration process. So, I welcome you all to this hands on training session on Facebook Spark AR platform in partnership with Incubate. So, many of you might have attended the previous two sessions that we conducted. In that, we learned how to make basic 2D and 3D AR effects. So, today we'll just move a little notch higher and we learn how to work with particle systems and how to work with the head occluder. In case you have missed the previous two sessions, they are recorded. You can check it out on YouTube. And if in case you are new here, we'll be starting today with the basic introduction of the studio. So if any one of you want to make the AR effect along with me, you can get started. As Anush told you the process of downloading the Spark AR Studio, I hope some of you might have downloaded it. If you want to start along with me, you can. We'll learn the very basics as well as something a little more complex today. So we'll be learning three things today. First of all, I told you we'll have a basic introduction of the Spark AI Studio, how it works, what are the basic panels in which we'll be working. The second will be how to work with particle systems, and the third will be how to work with the head occluder. So without wasting any time, I'll just share my screen and we'll start the session. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. I'll just open the Spark AR Studio. Alright, so when you have finished downloading the Spark AR Studio on your laptop, a screen like this will appear when you open it. So there are many templates that you can use, but if you're using the studio for the first time or you want to make a very customized filter, I suggest you start with the new project. So just click on the new project. A screen like this will appear. This is the real-time face stimulation, which actually shows us how our AR effect is going to look when we use it on our phones. So as you can see, you can change the model if you want that, but that hardly makes any difference. This is the main panel in which we'll be working. So anything that we want to add in our AR effect, anything that we want to change will be done through here. We can't simply place our objects on the real-time face stimulation. We add it in this panel and they appear in the real-time face stimulation. So you can also change the face stimulation by clicking on video here and select whatever real-time face stimulation suits you. You can also try it on your own face by clicking on webcam option on your laptops. By that you can check how it is looking on your face or how it will look on someone else's face when they actually try the AR effect on. But since it will be easier for me to work like that, I'll just keep it this way. So the studio introduction is something we'll be talking about for 5 minutes, and then we'll move on to making the AR effects. The first thing is the studio has three main panels. The first is the scene panel. All the objects that we add automatically come under the scene panel in a very defined manner. And this below the scene panel is the assets panel. In this panel, we can add objects from our computer or from the AR library, and the AR library is here. So AR library is a collection of very cool 3D and 2D objects. Whatever you want to add to your AR effects, it can be glaze, it can be hat, or anything emojis. You can add it from here. We have options for music and sound as well, patch assets. So we'll use the AR library when we move ahead in the session. So these are the panel on the left side. On the right side, we have the main panel, which is the inspector panel. The inspector panel is the panel in which we'll actually control the materials or the objects that we have added. Suppose we have added a rectangle here, it will come under the scene panel, and we want to change the size, color, or anything of the rectangle, it will be done by the inspector panel. So that's it about the basic introduction. One more thing I would like to add, you can't just simply scroll right, left, up, and down in the AR studio. For zooming in the panel, we click on Control plus Alt and we can zoom in and out like this. For moving left and right, we can use the Alt key and we can move left and right in the panel. For rotating this panel, we click on Control and we can rotate it like this. So I'll set it according to myself and then we'll start working. So for rotating, it's Control. For zooming in and out, it's Control plus Alt. And for just moving left and right in the panel, it's Alt. So I think the basics have been covered. We'll start with making the AR effect. So as I mentioned earlier also, some of you might have already attended the 2 sessions that we conducted, and those were very basic sessions. Today we'll just dig deep into the AR studio and we'll try making something with using the particle systems and something using the head occluder. So first we'll start with the particle system. You might have seen those filters on Instagram when you tap on the screen and glitter confetti comes around and it feels like you are celebrating something. So we'll see how that glitter confetti actually comes into the AR effect. We can't simply add it like by dragging a picture from Google or something like that. We have a particular manner in which we'll be creating that. So for that, first of all, we'll click on Add Objects in the Scene panel and we'll type particle system. So we'll add a particle system. You can see a particle system has been added on our real-time face stimulation. I'll just zoom it a little bit. All right. So particle system has been added on our screen, but it is nowhere looking near to a confetti. We'll be adding a lot of more things to it. First of all, we'll click on this emitter. We'll go to the inspector panel. We'll click on rotation and we can see the particle system are just emitting from one point, and we don't want that. We wanted to move it all over our real-time phase stimulation. So we'll just change the rotation of the z-axis from 0 to 180. You can see now it is somewhat emitting from 180-degree angle, but it is still not perfect and it is still emitting from one single point. If any of you are making the AR effect along with me, you can just follow these steps and later on for making this particular effect, and later on you can definitely try making any other effect that you feel. But if you want to submit it, you can move along with me, and at the end of the session I'm sure most of you will be able to make, if not a very complex, a simple and cute AR effect. So we'll just click on the emitter and we'll change it from type, from point to line. Now we can see it has started emitting a little bit more, but we don't want that. We want to enhance it a little bit more. So we'll just work with the inspector panel. We'll select the length from 0.1 to 0.3. Of course, you can select the size, whatever you prefer. You can make it a little bigger or you can make it a little smaller. I'm making it this way. Even if ahead in the session we feel like it is larger or smaller, we can anyway come back to emitter and change it from this. So now we can see the particle system has started emitting from the center of the real-time phase stimulation's face, but there's no color to it and there's no glitter to it. So we'll go to particle. In the inspector panel, and if you're using a laptop, then you might face a little issue while using the touchpad. If you have a mouse, you can connect that. I have a touchpad, so it's just lagging a little bit. So we can see that they're not emitting a lot. We'll just change the lifespan from 0.4 second to, say, let's see, 6 seconds. Okay, so now more particles have come into play. but the speed is a little high and we want to change that. So we'll just change the speed from 0.2 to 0.1. Okay. I think the speed is now looking fine. You can obviously change it according to your preference. If you want the particles to emit faster, you can increase the speed. If you want to decrease it, you can decrease it. Now we will go to our assets panel and our scene panel. We will add a material, because I in the first two sessions also I mentioned, if we add any object in our AR effect, we can't simply change the color of it without adding a material. A material is like the cover of the 2D and the 3D objects. We need to add a material in order to change color, roughness, sharpness, sparkle of whatever object we have added. We can't simply change it like that. So we'll go to add object from here, and we will add a not from here, we'll just add a material here, and the material has been added in our assets panel. We'll just name it, since we are making a confetti, let's name it confetti. Okay, so now we'll click on confetti and we'll go to the inspector panel and change the shader type from flat to physically based. Now we have changed it to physically based, so you can see a lot of new options have come into play. Metallic, roughness, and everything else, ORM texture. We'll see how all these works and how we can get a finally good looking confetti at the end of the session. So now we will go to color in inspector panel, and you can add the, if you know the color code of your choice, you can just simply type it in here. But we have a bunch of nice colors in the basic color section as well. So I want to add a glitter confetti, so I'll keep it closer to golden. For that, I'll select this color. Okay, just a moment. We'll select this color and we'll go to emitter, and we'll try to add material from the inspector panel. From here, we'll add confetti. Okay, now the confetti has come in the golden color that we have selected, but it is not sparkling and it is not looking like confetti. So we'll work with it a little more and try to make it more like glitter and sparkle, so that it gives us a celebration look. So first of all, we'll just click on emitter and we'll drag it a little upwards because it should start from here. All right, I think it's looking better now. So now we'll go back to the inspector panel and click on particle, because we are working with the particles. So we need to work in this section. You can see under the particle, we have a lot of options. The angular velocity, which we can't access right now, but later on we'll do it. Scale, lifespan, we have set the scale, we've set the lifespan. Now we have an option that says billboarding, so and it is enabled, so we'll just disable it. And you can see when we disable the billboarding option, angular velocity and rotation, now we can access these two as well. So we'll set the angular velocity, because these particles are straightforward falling like very simply. We need to give them a nice look when we fall on our face, when we actually use our AR effect on social media. So we'll just select the angular velocity to 200. Again, you can select it according to your preference. If you are making this, following this tutorial right now, just follow these steps. Later on, you can experiment as many times as you want. Okay. And we will, along that, we'll also change the degree. We'll make it 90-degree on all three axes, 90-degree here as well, and on the Z axis also. Now you can see they are somewhat looking closer to confetti. This is how confetti falls on our face when we use it. One thing that is left right now is to add glitter to it. So for that, what we will do, we'll go to our material that we have created, and we'll go to surface parameters in the inspector panel. We can just increase the metallic level to 90 or 100-degree, whatever you feel. Let's just keep it to 45. and we'll increase the roughness to 40% or 50%, whatever goes with you. We'll just keep it near about 45 as well, and the occlusion strength to 100%. You can see we can also increase the metallic look. Now if we increase the metallic look, it somewhat looks black and golden. So how to solve that problem? Now we'll have a look at that. Now confetti is glittering as well, but you can see the light that is falling on the face of our real-time stimulation is not accurate, and that's why it's giving it a black look when it falls from every different angle. So to solve that, we'll just go to our scene panel and select directional light. So usually when we create AR effects, we don't touch the direction and the ambient light, but because we are working with a particle system, each particle is falling at a different pace and at a different angle. We need to add certain lights that are the point lights, because when we add one single object, direction light and ambient light works perfectly. But for small particle systems like this, we need to add another light, and for that we need to first delete this directional light that is here. We'll just select directional light from scene panel and delete it. Now you can see it's looking a little bland and it's actually looking black right now. So what we'll do is we will just go to add objects in the scene panel and we'll try point light. We'll add point light. Similarly, we'll add 4 point lights. Whenever you are adding point light, the maximum number of point lights that you can add is 4. So we will add one more from the same panel. Okay, it's lagging a little bit, not an issue. Okay. Point light. Don't light add spotlight. It will create a spot effect on that and we won't get the desired effect that we want. If you're trying this tutorial right now, please follow the steps that I am telling you. If you want me to repeat anything, you can ask me in the Q&A session at the end of the hands-on session. And we have added 2 point lights. The maximum that we can add is 4, so we will add all 4 to give it a shinier look. So now we have 1, 2, and 3. One more. So as I told you, the maximum is 4. And since we are increasing the point lights, you can see that the sparkle and glitter in the confetti is also increases. So that was what we wanted. We added another point light, and after that, if you try adding more, it will show you a pop-up that you can't add more lights. So now we can see it is sparkling a lot, but we need to adjust the point lights a little bit, and we will select separate position for each point light so that it gives a proper look to our AR effect. Select point light 0 and just drag it, just place it wherever you want. I will just drag it a little bit here, and in the bottom right corner of my AR effect, I will fix it, because as we have added 4 point lights, we'll add it one in each corner, so it will give it a better look. Similarly, the second point light, we can add the second one here. You can also adjust the position of the point lights by this, but it gets a little tough to handle position of such small objects from manually adding the numbers. So you can easily work with the axes which are given to us. Just a minute. All right. Okay. We'll just drag this here. And it is okay. Since I'm using a laptop, it is a little difficult for me to use. So if you have a mouse, first connect a mouse and then start making your effect. It will be better. And similarly, we'll place the third point light on the left top corner and we'll leave the fourth in the middle. Okay, this goes here, and the 4 point light, let's just keep it in the middle because it will give a better look. Okay, so this is how we add a point object if it is confetti or any other small objects that you want to add. It can be small emojis like heart or anything else. We need to add it by using the point particle systems. This was what I added. You can of course use your imagination and add whatever you want. And also, if now we want to add one more effect to it. So, as the theme of our initiative is to celebrate getting vaccinated and to appreciate the effects of frontline workers that they have put in the pandemic, I'll just add a text so as to align it with the theme, because if I simply submit this effect, it won't get accepted because this is not in on the lines of our initiative. So I'll just try to add a text that says something related to getting vaccinated. So I in the previous session I mentioned that if we're adding a 2D object, we don't need to work with the axis. We can simply drag it. But if we are using a 3D object, we definitely need to use the axis to position it properly. So I've added a rectangle, and you can see it has come under the canvas. So as I mentioned previously also, whenever we add any object or anything else in our AR effect, it comes in a very defined manner in the studio. It's randomly does not go here and there. So I've added a rectangle and it has automatically come under the canvas section. So we'll just click on canvas, head to the inspector panel. If you want to align it, sometimes you might not be able to align it using this panel because the Spark AR Studio has a lot of updates. So depending upon the version of the AR Studio that you are using, you sometimes might not be able to drag it up and down. So for that, you can just go to inspector panel and click on these. Like if you click on the upper top corner, it will come here, and if you want to make it at the bottom. And of course you can position it manually, but that gets a little tricky. So for your ease, just drag it up and down when working with the 2D object. So now we'll add a material for it, because we can't change the color of the rectangle box until and unless we have added a material. So we'll just name it rectangle. All right, now we'll click on it and color. So you can select any color. I just let's select a red for now. And okay, so it is way too much bright. Let's just click on rectangle from material section and move little down and make it little less bright. So I'll just reduce the opacity from 100 to 42 or something near that. Now it is looking better. It's not looking very bright. Now we can add some text to it so as to align it with our theme. Let's just click on text. You can add 3D text as well, but just for your ease, I'm showing you how to add a 2D text. So same thing for the text. Since it's a 2D text, we can drag it here and there in the scene panel. And let's just place it here. All right, and type in whatever we want. So I'll just type I'm vaccinated. Remember to not use any kind of hashtags while adding text, because that won't get accepted. In my earlier sessions, I added a hashtag, so that is something you need to take care of. You can't add hashtags. So just place it like this, and it is. I'll just place it little here because I'll be adding one 3D object to this rectangle in a while. So now we will just change the font to something a little better. Okay, this is looking better, and let's just make it a little bigger. All right, this is now looking fine. You can change the color of the text as well by here, but I think black is looking fine for now. So we'll just add a final touch to this AR effect and then move on to the next one. From the AR library, let's add something related to vaccine. So let's add an injection for that matter. Okay, you can add any of these, but I'll be adding a simpler one so as to avoid any file size related issues at the end. Just let's add this for now. So when you select any 2D or 3D object from the AR library, you'll get a screen like this, and you can simply import free. So at this point of time, if you have not logged into your Facebook account while downloading the studio, or you have logged out of any reason, you might be directed to your Facebook, and you will be asked to log in again. So I've already logged in to my Facebook, that's why it's not taking me there. But you can simply just log in. It will hardly take 1 minute if that case comes up. So done. Okay, so now we can see the injection or syringe that we added has come here. So we'll just right click on it and expand all. So all the materials in the syringe have appeared here. If we want to change the color or anything else of the material, we can do that as well. But we don't want to get into that complexities. So we'll stick to the color, whatever it is. Now you can see we've added the 3D object from the AR library, but it can't be seen anywhere in the panel. So where is it? So what we'll do is we will just go to our scene panel and drag the syringe between the focal distance and ambient light. Now you can see the syringe has appeared, but the size is not perfect. We have to arrange the size of it by the inspector panel. So we'll go to this panel, and from the scale we can see it is set on 111 on all three axes, but still it is very big. So we'll just try 0.2 maybe. So you can just try with the size, whatever fits your AR effect, you can go with that. It is still very big. We need to make it a little smaller. Let's try 0.05. Okay, I think this will be fine. And in case while setting the position, scale, or rotation, you get confused and you feel lost, you can simply set it all back to 000, and the object that you've added will be placed at the dead center of the scene. Okay, so I'll just move it little down near my text, and I just want to tilt it a little bit. So I'll go to the inspector panel again. From the rotation section, I'll change the rotation of Z axis to 40. Now you can see it is looking somewhat like vaccine. And at this stage, if you want to add anything more to it, maybe something related to the virus, you can add that as well. But I think for now, this much is enough. Okay, so I'll just shift my text a little to the right because it's at the extreme left. Okay. Since it's a 2D object, we can simply work with it like this. All right. So now you can see this is done. One last thing that I would like to add to this AR effect is a patch editor. The patch editor, what is a patch editor? I've talked about in my last session. If you've not attended it, I'll tell you right now. So you might have seen those effects when you tap on the screen or rotate your phone. The whatever AR effect comes on your face, and when you tap back on the screen, the effect disappears. So this is what we're going to add. For that, we will work with the patch editor. So what basically is a patch editor? You can consider it as a building block of the AR effect. When added singularly, they don't have much importance, but when we connect them and in a particular fashion, they give us the desired result that we want. So we work with a lot of patch editors in if we make a very complex AR effect, but since our effect is not very complex, it's on the simpler side, we'll just add one effect. So this is how the patch editor appears when you click on view and show and hide patch editors. So view and show and hide patch editors. So there's nothing here. We need to add patch editors. We'll just right click on the panel anywhere in the patch editor panel, and so what I plan to do is I plan to add a screen tap on my real-time face stimulation so that whenever I click on the screen, the effect appears, and whenever I click back, the confetti actually appears, and whenever I click back, the confetti disappears. So I'll search screen tap. There are a lot of options here: screen pan, rotate, pinch. You can add anything, but for your ease, I'm showing you how to add screen tap. And if you are making the effect right now with me, you can also add screen tap. Of course, you can add the screen pinch, but then if we add the screen pinch or screen rotate, I won't be able to show you guys right now how it works. That's why I'm adding a screen tap, because I can't just rotate and pinch the screen of my laptop right now. So add patch. A very small patch has been added in our patch editor, but nothing has changed here or here in our real-time face stimulation. So for that, we'll add one more patch, the switch patch. So in my earlier sessions also, I told you the patch editor relationship is a cause and effect relationship. So the screen tap patch editor that we have added is the cause, because the screen tap is the cause. And from that cause, what is the effect? The effect will be that the confetti disappears and appears. So now we need to connect these two. So just you will see a small arrow in the screen tap patch editor, and just connect it with the flip option in the switch patch editor. So now they both have been connected, but they are still not working because we've not added the main thing, the emitter. So on what thing or what object we need to apply this cause and effect relationship? It is the emitter particle, the confetti. So we'll just click on it, and from that, and we'll head to the inspector panel, and we'll click on this small yellow button that appears near the visible option. So you can see a patch editor has appeared for this. And now we'll just connect these three and make a connection between them. Okay, so now you can see something has happened. Our confetti has disappeared. So this is what I was talking about. When we connect the patch editors, it gives us the desired effect. Of course, I have added a screen tap. You can add screen pinch, rotate, anything. But so now when we tap on the screen, the confetti appears. I'll give you guys a closer look. Tap, confetti disappears. Tap, it appears. So basically, I've aligned my AR effect with the theme, that is celebrate getting vaccinated. So now I think this will be approved. I'll move on to publishing it. So for publishing the AR effect, we don't need to open Spark AR Hub separately in the browser. We can just work with the AR Studio. It will redirect us automatically to the Spark AR Hub. Let's just click on this option here, publish. So you can update an existing effect that you have submitted, or if you are trying to submit it for the first time, just click on publish new effect. And this option will give you whatever updates you want to make in your AR effect. Suppose you have submitted something today and tomorrow you want to add something more to it, you can do it with this. But since we are submitting it for the first time, we'll just click on publish new effect. And you will get an option to upload a demo video here, which is optional. If you want to, you can. I'm not doing it right now. And you'll see this platform requirements. So it is very important that these two requirements are met before publishing the effect, because the file size and capabilities are really important. And if we don't keep that in mind, our effect won't get submitted in the first place. Approving is way too ahead of that. So if you have added some object that is quite big and not fitting the size of the AR Studio, you can simply see an option will appear here with the loading sign. So the studio will try to bring the size of your AR effect down itself by compressing the file, and depending upon what object you have added, it will take time according to that. If you have added a small object, it will take less time. If you have added an object that has a lot of material, colors and everything like that, it might take 2 to 3 minutes, but not more than 5 minutes. So now we will click on upload. So now you can see Spark AR Hub will open in your browser when the upload is finished. So as I said, we don't need to open the hub separately in our browser. We will be redirected automatically. So here we have been redirected automatically, and you can see we have an option to submit, but don't just simply click on submit. We need to fill in a few details before submitting it. So to give it a unique name, I'll just give my AR effect name vaccinated. And I told you earlier also, don't use hashtags. In my first session, I used the hashtag and that effect did not get approved. So that hashtags are not allowed. Make sure that. And you can select all platforms or specific platforms. I'm not getting the option to select all platforms because my Instagram is not currently linked here. I have logged in only my Facebook, so I'll continue with Facebook. If I want to, I can link my Instagram right now, but I don't want to do that in order to save time. And audience, you can actually control who will see your AR effect. If you want to share it with anyone that is coming to your profile, you can select public. And if you don't want that, if you want to restrict it in the view of certain people, just click on link only. And owner name, certain other thing, as I told you, icon is the demo video that you want to upload. I am not doing that here. You can do that if you have extra time or something like that. You can obviously publish a demo video that will give a better look, but I'm straight away publishing it. So now you'll see the file is being uploaded. It might take 1 or 2 minutes, but not more than that, depending upon your internet connection. And also it depends on size of this file that you have added. The maximum size is 40 MB, so make sure that you keep it within that range. Okay, so I've got a pop-up here. You've published your effect. So this is the pop-up you need to take screenshot of and submit it in the dashboard, as Anuj told in the beginning of the session. So you can just take a screenshot, and also you can view the link, copy the link if you want, and share it with your friends and family if you want to show what AR effect you have made. But for just submitting it, this much is enough. And in case you had missed taking the screenshot when the pop-up came, you can go to Spark AR Hub on the left side, click on effects, and you can see I've submitted a bunch of AR effects. So the latest is vaccinated, that is here, and you can take a screenshot of this and submit it on the dashboard. So this was the first effect that we made today, which was working with the particle systems. I will just have a look at the comments. Anyone of you have any doubts? Okay, where is the syringe image available? It was in the AR library. So when you click on the AR library, you will find all of that. And it's taking time and showing review. Okay, so it might take up to 2 to 3 days. If you want to submit it, it might get instantly accepted like mine did, because mine was a very simple and basic effect. If you've added something more to it, it will take that time. If we want to arm the tracker, okay, I don't, if we want to arm the track, okay, I am not getting this question. Someone is asking, I was wondering if we can add a QR code. I don't think that is possible. There are certain guidelines that you have to stick while making the AR effect. I don't think adding a QR code is possible. Okay. What is the deadline to submit the AR effect? The deadline is 20th June. Yes, someone said it will barely take 30 minutes. That's true. It takes, the file size is limited to 40 MB. Can we upload? Yeah, QR codes are not allowed, but of course you can add anything else, image, something like that, but don't add a QR code. It will definitely get rejected if you do that. So someone is asking body tracking effect. Okay, so the body tracking effect is very complex. It has a lot of patch editors, a lot of materials are involved in it. So we won't get into that, because we sometime in the future, I'm sure, if another opportunity comes up, we'll do that, but not right now, because many people are using the studio for the first time. It's not possible. Okay, demo video is compulsory. Okay, it should not say that the demo video is compulsory, but if it is, then just simply click on record demo video and record it with your webcam and submit it. Hardly a 30-second video. Is it must to submit both challenges mentioned in the website? No, you can select the theme on which you want to make it. It can be celebrate getting vaccinated or appreciating the efforts of the frontline workers, but make sure that it is between these two. Don't deviate from this theme, because then your AR effect will not be accepted. This is what I'm telling for this particular challenge. If you're starting with our challenge and if you want a certificate and a t-shirt, you have to register on our link. and on our website Incubating, and make sure that your AR effect is on the theme that we have mentioned. But if you are using it for your personal use, then of course you can make it on any topic that you want. So we'll just make one more effect if you guys want that. If you want, just type in the chat if you want me to show how to make a simple AR effect. Okay, I've installed Spark AR Studio, but I'm unable to open it. Okay, so depending on the laptop you are using, that might take a little time, but I'm sure that it will open up. Just try to download it once again. What answer? How to publish our effects on social media? Okay, so once you have submitted the effects here, it will take like 1 to 2 days to get accepted. Like mine got instantly accepted because it was a really simple effect. So it takes 1 or 2 days to get accepted. That's why I was telling you, if it is possible for you to make right now with me, then make it right now. Otherwise, within 1 or 2 days it will be accepted. And once it is accepted, in your Instagram profile, you will see when you try to upload a story, and when you open the effects, it will automatically appear there because you have linked your Instagram or Facebook, whatever account you are using, with that. So you don't need to worry about that. Once it has been approved, it will automatically come into that. Can we submit what you have taught? Yes, of course you can submit, but don't just copy paste it. Change something, change the color, change the text, change the 3D object that I have added. When will we receive our rewards? Okay, so the deadline of this challenge is 20th June. So if you submit your effect before 20th June, after the challenge has closed, we'll start the process of sending the rewards to you all. My effect is not accepted even after 3 days and not even rejected. It is showing in reviews. Yeah, so it, as I told you, depending upon what you have made, it takes time. And also a lot of people are trying to submit their effects right now, so there's little bit traffic on the site. The site is busy, so it will take some time. Just have some patience. It will be accepted within 1 or 2 days, and if not, you can join the Slack channel for any queries. Okay, can register through Instagram? No, I think for registering on Incubaten's website, you have to register from your Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, just create one. I also did not have a Facebook. I especially created for this challenge. But you can link your Instagram account as I have shown you. Can I get the recording of this workshop? Of course, it will be recorded. Our previous 2 workshops have also been recorded. So someone said, let's try making a basic effect. So I think we should try a basic effect then, right? We should not dig deep into head occluder, because that is what I was thinking. But now, if you all want to make an easy effect, can we have particle as emoji? No, if you want to add emoji, you can simply click on add 3D objects, and you can add emojis from there. Particles don't come under emojis. If you want to add very tiny particles that are similar to confetti, then try to go with the emojis. But if you want to add a single emoji or 1 or 2 emoji, then just try to download it from the AR library. We have a bunch of cool emojis there. Okay, so I think let's get started with making the 2D AR effect, and then we'll take on any questions if we have at the end of the session. So I'll just go back to the AR studio. This upload has been successful, so we will start with a new one. I already have saved this effect on my laptop, so I'll just close it. Actually, I'll just open a new file first. New. Okay, so a new clean panel has appeared. We'll just cross the earlier one. Discard because I don't want to save it. Okay, so we'll be starting with a very basic effect now, because I think that's what you all want. You guys can also join the Slack channel. We are available there, and if you face any issue in making your AR effects, we'll be happy to take that query on and help you in submitting or in making the AR effects, anything that you want. So, as I told you, for zooming in and out, Control plus Alt for left and right, Alt, and for rotating, Control. So I'll just rotate and I'll shift it a little to the right. Okay, I think it's fine now. So now we want to add something very simple to it. Let's add a sticker. Okay. So for that, what we will do is we'll just add object. We'll add a face mesh. So the face mesh is a very important thing and it is used almost in every AR effect, whether it is 2D, it is 3D. In each and every AR effect, face mesh is definitely used. Sometimes we use 2 to 3 face mesh depending upon what kind of AR effect are we making. So we've added a face mesh, and you can see in the scene panel it has automatically come under the face tracker. So that is the hierarchy of the Spark AR Studio. Face mesh automatically comes under face tracker, and the name suggests face tracker tracks the activity of the face. So what we'll do now is it has a very weird checkered pattern and we definitely don't want that. We'll just click on face mesh from the scene panel. We'll go to inspector. We'll click material, and the material has changed to something in a gray color, but it's still not what we want. So we'll just try to remove this material. And since we are making a basic AR effect, what I'm planning to do is this is also what I have taught in my previous session, but I'll tell you all once again. So I request you all, if you want to submit your AR effect today, start making this effect with me, because it can be made in 10 minutes and I'm here to address all your queries. So by the end of the session, you guys would have successfully submitted your AR effects and you will be eligible for your rewards. So I plan to add 2 stickers on my real-time face stimulations face on both sides of his cheeks that says I am vaccinated. So you might have seen this effect a lot on Instagram as well, and if you want to make your own, this is how you can do it. So for that, we need to use the Photoshop app. But Photoshop is a very complex app and many of us don't know how to use it. So what we will do is we'll use an easier alternative to Photoshop, that is the photo collage. So we'll just go to our browser. We'll just add photo collage. Okay, so this is a very easier alternative to Photoshop. And if you are making it, make sure that you select the correct one. I think it is this one. No. Okay, first thing I would like to address is for making the sticker effect. What we need is we need to download certain prerequisites. So for that, we'll go to Spark AR Labs. I just forgot this step because I already have the assets that I need. Okay, so we have opened the Spark AR Labs here in our browser, and we have many options here to download as well as to manage effects, everything. So for this particular effects, we need the face reference assets. We'll just click on learn, and on the left side you can see a lot of things are available to download: the articles, the patch editor, scripting. We will go to downloads, and we have a bunch of things here. The Spark AR Studio, if you have not downloaded it, just open your laptop and follow the instructions. You can download the studio by clicking here, and we need the face reference assets which are here. So we'll just click on this and it will direct us where to go. Okay, so these are the reference assets that I was talking. We need to download it in order to make a sticker for a face, and why I'm saying that you'll get to know in a bit. So just download it. A zip file will be downloaded. Sorry, a zip file will be downloaded, and I have already downloaded the face asset, so I'll just quickly go to photo collage. Yeah, so this is the photo collage. Yeah, make sure that you open this particular photo collage. There were many others also that I opened first. Don't use that. This is the one which is the alternative to Photoshop. And if you guys know how to use Photoshop, feel free to use that. Just the steps are similar, I think, not much difference. Just go to browse and desktop. Okay, so here I have already downloaded the face assets, so I'll just open them. And we have two options here, the mesh and textures. So we have already added a mesh, so we need textures. So something like this appears. We need to select for from these two, the face feminine and the face masculine. So we can select any of these. It hardly makes any difference. I'll just select this one because the real-time face stimulation which I'm working with is masculine. So just that. Okay. So something like this has come up, and we definitely don't want this face in our AR effect. We'll just change it. So we have borders here, and I don't want borders. I'll just double click on this and reduce the border size to 0. Then close it. Okay. So now I'll just change canvas size. If you are following the tutorial right now, make sure to follow exact steps that I am using, so to avoid any confusion, because even if something as small as canvas size goes wrong, we might face an issue at the later stage in alignment. So what I usually select is 675 to 675 when I use this particular face assets. This is what I feel goes best. So if you're making it right now, make sure that you adjust the size to 675 into 675. Okay, just a little bit down. All right. So now we need to add the stickers that I was talking about. I have already downloaded one sticker that I want, and I'll just go to downloads and I'll look for it. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. It is this sticker that I want to add. There are many others also with me right now, but let's go with this. A bright yellow colored sticker which says I got my COVID vaccine. It's looking nice, I think. You can obviously select according to your preference what you want. Just double click on this and reduce the border size to 0 and close this. So you can just change the size of the sticker that you're planning to add and place it wherever you want inside this screen. So I want it on the cheeks. If you want it here, you can place it here and anywhere else. But because we are working with the face, so you can't add it like here or here. It needs to be within the face. So I want it on both sides, so just here. Okay, I think it's looking fine. The alignment is also fine. Of course, you can adjust according to yourself. You can select what sticker you want to add. I feel like this one is fine. So I'll just save this image, save as image, and make sure that you select file type to PNG, because oh, just one more thing, I forgot to delete this effect. So after you've added the stickers, you need to click on this effect, this asset, and just delete it, because we don't want that gray thing coming on our face in our effect. So now we'll just go to collage, save as image, select PNG and name it anything that you want. I already have saved a lot of collage, so I'll just name it vaccinated one and select the file type to PNG and save it. Okay, so it will be saved here. I have already made one effect using these similar stickers, so I'll show you that. So let's go back to our studio. And as I told you, now we have the material on, we have everything on, we need to add the stickers. So we'll click on material and we'll head to the inspector panel. From that, don't try to change the color of it, it won't work. We'll just choose a file that we just now created. A vaccinated one, I have COVID vaccinated stickers and everything. I'll just select this, all are same. So you can see the stickers have come where I wanted them. I'll just zoom in a little bit and show you how they are looking. Okay, so can you see the stickers have come and they are moving along with our real-time face stimulation. So why do you need to use the photo collage or the Photoshop is because of this. If you can actually simply add the these stickers here by the texture, but then after that you will face a lot of issue in aligning the stickers, because it's really tough to align something that you have downloaded straight away from Google. If you're adding it something from AR library, I'm sure you'll find some bunch of cool stuffs in AR library as well. But I had this particular sticker in mind, so I wanted that. So I'll just zoom out. So this is very much on our theme, but let's make it a little more colorful. Let's try to add some 3D text. We've already added 2D text. Now let's try to add 3D text. So for that, you will just go to add in the scene panel. If you're making the AR effect right now, you can follow the steps that I'm following, and like in 5-10 minutes we'll have the Q&A session and I'll attend all your queries. 3D objects, 3D text, we have already added a face mesh and everything like that. So our 3D text is here. So as I mentioned, and we have seen in the earlier effect also, we can't just move it like this and this. We have to use the axis when we are working with the 3D text. The 2D text, we can simply move it, and to move it we first need to select what we are moving from here. If you want to do something with the face mesh, select face mesh, but our work with the face mesh has been done, so I'll just select 3D text. So I want my text hovering over my real-time face simulator's head, so I'll just keep it here, maybe a little higher. Okay, so I've kept it like this. And now from the inspector panel, pretty much everything is same. As I told you, you can manually type in what position, scale, rotation you want for your text and your 3D objects, but it is always better to use the axis because you have better control on it. But you can obviously experiment with the position. Once you get the hang of it, I think using the Spark AR Studio is very convenient. Tech background or non-tech background, anyone can use it. So I'll just say break the chain. Break the chain. So I've already added vaccinated in my previous care effect and I don't want to look monotonous, so I'll add break the chain, shift it little to the left, and I think I have to reduce the size a little bit. So I'll just change the font to something's italics. Okay, italics is looking fine, I think. And now I want to change the color of this text because it's looking very boring. So just click on add. As I told you, you can't change the color or anything of whatever you have added. We already have 3 materials. So in order to avoid confusion, I'll name it text material. Now, I was talking about you can't simply change the color and everything of whatever object you've added. You need to add the material first. And now we'll click on text material because we want to change the color of the text that we have added. Simply click on color and select the color that you want. So let's see how yellow color looks. Of course, we can experiment. And okay, we need to first apply the material to the 3D text. I forgot to do that. We'll just click on 3D text and font material. We'll just add the text material that we've created that side, and we'd already selected yellow color, so it has come like that. But let's just try to change the color. It is not looking very nice. So just let's add green. Let's see how this one is looking. Still not good. Something else. Something like a dark yellow maybe. Okay, I think this one is looking fine. Of course, I'm just showing you guys. If I submit this, it might not get accepted or accepted, I don't know. But if you guys submit it, I'm sure it will be accepted within 1 or 2 days. So now I'll just add a simple action to the 3D text. I want it moving or floating, something like that. I'll just click on 3D text, go to inspector panel and click on actions, and of course you can position it on your face or something like that, but we don't want to do that. We want to add some kind of animation to look it a little attractive, so let's just add blink. So you can see the patch editor has already been created here because we added it directly from the actions. If we want, all the process are same that we have done in the previous effect. You can see the loop animation, switch, the 3D text, everything is same, but since we've directly added it from the actions, it will come like this. All right, so I think this effect is done now. So just quickly let me know if you guys want me to uh, teach the publishing method again, or shall I just continue with this one? Okay. What is the link? Where is the link to the Slack channel? I'll just cross this. Mm-hmm.
You can just go to your dashboard and there you'll find communication channel. You can just click on that.
Okay, so I
Slack from
think
there directly.
we have done what we wanted to do with this effect. I hope some of you had made it. I'll just stop sharing my screen now because I think we are done now. So stop sharing. All right, I think now we'll take on the. Okay, some of you want me to show the publishing. Okay, I'll just publish this effect as well. I don't know if it will get accepted or not because I had submitted the same earlier. So for publishing, just head to this side panel, publish, publish new effect,
Tanisha,
or
your screen
update.
is Tanisha, your screen is not shared
Oh,
actually.
okay. Just a moment. I'll just share my screen again. Okay, I hope it's visible now.
Yes, it's
Okay,
visible.
so for publishing, what I was telling is we'll go to the side panel, we'll click to publish, and we'll have this option again. So many of you were saying that the demo video is compulsory. So depending upon the version of the Spark AI Studio you are using, that depends on that. If you want to record, you can just simply click on this, but I'm sharing my screen and my webcam is also on, so I can't do that right now. We'll just simply click on publish new effect, and as I told you, these two requirements must be met. The file size should be within 40 MB, less than 40 MB, or equal to 40 MB. Capability should be met. That means you should not have added anything like someone was telling QR code. So something like that, if you added to your AR effect, that won't be accepted. So we'll just click on upload again, and again we'll be redirected to the Spark AR Hub automatically from here. We don't need to separately open the browser and do that again. Okay, so again we'll just give it a name. Let's give it the vaccinated effect because I have no, I've already submitted vaccinated. I'll just name it COVID effect because I've added a lot of published a lot of effects. I don't know. I might get confused. So okay. So as I told you earlier, also you'll have an option to select on what platforms you want to publish your AR effect. You can choose both the platforms, Instagram and Facebook. For me, it is not coming right now here because my Instagram account is not linked. I have only linked my Facebook account. And many of you were also asking if you don't have an FB account. So you can quickly make it. It hardly takes 2 minutes. I also made it specially for this challenge. And you can also have a control on who sees your effect. If you select public, it will be visible to anyone who is coming on your profile on Instagram or Facebook. If you select link only, it will be available to only people who have the link. So I have already submitted this one, so I'll just stick to link only because I don't want repetitive effects coming on my profile again and again. So this icon of course is optional, and I think they filled in all the details. We just have to fill the name. The file will automatically get uploaded because we are coming directly from the AR Studio, and test on device option will also come because right now I have selected that link only. But if you select public, test on device option will also come. You can save your AR effect you have. If you have not and you want to update it or something like that, just publish. The file will get uploaded automatically. And as I told earlier also, depending upon the size, the uploading time will vary, but it will be within 2 to 3 minutes your file will be uploaded. Okay, so again this pop-up will come. You have published your effect. You have to take a screenshot of this pop-up and submit it on your dashboard. So I don't need to submit it on the dashboard, so I'll just simply cross it. And by chance if you miss that pop-up, you still can submit the screenshot. Just go to effects, and as you can see, I have submitted a bunch of effects, so you can take screenshot of this page also and submit it on your dashboards. So I think this is pretty much it. Now we'll take on some questions. Anuj, I think now we should take on some questions. I'll just stop sharing my screen. Yeah. Okay. So where can we register for this? Anuj, you'll just okay. Which version is asking demo video? Actually, the Spark AR Studio is a very new studio, so it gets regularly updated. Sometimes it gets updated 2 times a day also. So that's not an issue. I think demo video, most of the versions are not asking for demo video. If they are, you can simply just click on record and you can record it. And can we submit more than one effect? Of course you can submit more than one effect, but to participate in this particular challenge, one is minimum, and for your personal use you can definitely make how many AR effects you want. Name of the effect can be same. I think it can be same. It's not an issue to worry about. I got the hack. Click on link only. Yes, that was what I was telling. When I said I click link only, it won't ask for demo video. But if you want to make it public, it will. And link to the Slack channel. A lot of you have asked for the link to the Slack channel. We have mentioned it in the comments. Is there anything you want? Will we get any confirmation or approval on the published effect? Of course, when you submit your effect, it will be written in the review stage or rejected. It won't be rejected if you have not added anything that is not under the guidelines of Spark AR hubs. But you will get a confirmation on your dashboard itself. Like when you saw my screen, mine, all the effect that I had submitted were accepted. So you will get the same, and then you can start using it. If you have any other questions, just shoot. My AR effect are getting rejected because the effect contains text that's not integrated into the scene of the effect. Okay. Okay. So if it is that case, you can just align the text like I told you. You can, if you're adding a 3D text, to try to align it using the axis. If you're adding a 2D text, it can be simply dragged in and it won't be a problem. Can we add audio clip? Of course, you can add audio clip. When we went to the Spark AR library, we saw an option to add media and audio files. So you can select that as well. And of course, you can select some audio that you have downloaded and you can save it on your computer and you can do that. Uh, how many days will it take to get approved? Okay, so if you want okay, so if you want to submit it, you can submit it right now. It will be it will take up to 1 or 2 days, I think, to get approved. So that's why I was telling you to not wait till 28th, the last date. Just submit it today or tomorrow, as soon as it is possible for you also, to avoid last minute hustle. How can I center align the 3D text? Yeah, so using the three axes that we have, the x-axis, y-axis, and the z-axis, what we can do is we can align it like I did. And also, if you want to align it in the center of the screen, you can go to the inspector panel and you can simply select 000 in all the position. It will be placed at the dead center of the screen. And for 3D text, you have to move the text with the axis. You can't simply drag it. We can record the demo video from the external recorder, or is there any? Yeah, so as I show you, as you might have seen, I have also shown you guys, when we were publishing the effect, we got an option to add a demo video. So that is from where you can add. And if you want to like submit it from your phones or something like that, you can do that as well. But I don't think you should go to that. You can simply just record the demo video from the Spark AR studio itself. Is there any other session after this? Make sure that you join the Slack channel. We might have another session this week. If we are planning it, we will add the link to it. So that's why we have put a link to the Slack channel. Regular updates about this challenge will be given on the Slack channel. And if you have any issues, we are obviously there to help you. and just put in your queries. If all the questions have been taken up, we'll end the live session here. Or if you guys have anything else to ask me, just shoot, I'll answer. Hmm. Okay. Okay, I think I have taken up pretty much all the questions. Okay, how can I center align the 3D text in animation plus so that my 3D text pulses? Okay, so I think I'll just show you. Okay, I'll just show you how can you center align your 3D text. It will just take a moment. I'll just share my screen and show you that. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I think my screen is visible now, and we'll just cross this. This was submitted. So, like I told you, my text also has animation. My 3D text also has animation, and now I want to change the alignment. So, using these three axes will come when you select 3D text from the scene panel and then go to them. The red one is the x axis, so you can move left and right using the x axis. The green one is the y-axis, up and down from the green axis, and this is the z-axis, back and forth from this. And of course, if you want to place on dead center, you can select position to 0, 0, 0, and it will be placed at the center of the screen. So this is how you can change the alignment of your 3D text. I think it's clear now. Okay, the link of the Slack channel again. Okay, you'll find a link to the Slack channel in your dashboard. If you want me to put the link again, I'll just do that. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, so I'm unable to add the link here, but if you just scroll up a bit, we have already mentioned the link. And when you register for the challenge on the dashboard, also you'll find a link. You can join that as well. You can follow Incubated's LinkedIn account, and on Instagram account, we will provide you the Slack channels link there as well. So the session was very nice. Thank you. Okay, I think I've taken up pretty much all the questions, and that sums up the session for today. If we have any another session, we'll definitely update you guys about the same. And thank you all on behalf of Incubating for joining us today for this session. And make sure that you submit your AR effects, whatever you are making. We're really excited to see your effects. Whatever you are making, just put it on the Slack group. We'll have a look at your AR effects. And thank you for joining us today. It was wonderful to interact with you all. I hope we have another session next week and we all can meet again. Thank you.